When you're talking about attitude and the players' attitude, and that team's got the right attitude, which actually maybe like a few years ago I'd have said they didn't. I'd have said that there was something wrong at Arsenal. Do you credit Mikel Arteta with creating that?
I do. I think he's brought some very good young players, and I think he's instilled in them the right attitude. My problem is I think he has a problem dealing with the big talent, and Aubameyang was a classic issue of that, where I really wish he'd found a way to work with Aubameyang, and the way to do that is not to humiliate him. You know, once he stopped playing with joy, he stopped being the player he was. You've got to remember, Aubameyang has still scored more goals for Arsenal this season, having left in January, than Lacazette. I mean, that's an amazing stat. 7 goals in 15 games. And that was his worst season for us. So this was a goal-scoring machine who's now breaking records at Barcelona. So I don't agree that we were right to give him away. We should have kept him and managed him. But we've done that, and now we've got to find a great striker.
But don't you think that when we did give him away, he wasn't scoring those goals? And that wasn't just for a small period of time.
Well, like I say, he's already scored more goals this season for us than Lacazette, and he hasn't played since January.
Lacazette's not the answer, though.
No, he's not.
Comparing him to Lacazette's probably wrong, but he wasn't scoring goals.
Aubameyang scored 90-odd goals in 160 games for Arsenal. Second best record of goals per game after Thierry-Henry in the history of the club.
In the season that he left, he'd scored 3.
Right. Well, he actually scored 7 in 15 games this season.
But why?
It's a myth he scored 3.
Well, why? Okay, so why did he stop scoring? And if it's because he wasn't being...
He scored a goal every 2 games, even at his worst.
He was underperforming in comparison to when he first
there's a lot
came.
of mythology about this, about Aubameyang.
No, it's not.
There is.
We're watching it. We can see he wasn't
We're watching
scoring.
it because he was actually feeling devalued and humiliated by his manager.
Because
it was very bad management. When he was feeling pumped up and motivated, there's no better striker in the world.
But you can't keep stepping out of line. You can't keep doing that, whether you're captain or not.
But don't make him captain.
Whether you're captain or not, you can't just turn up when you want.
And
don't you think that Mikel Arteta's probably gone public because it's like this is happening
so
too
you've
much?
got Mbappe and Neymar, and they turn up late. I know Neymar turns up late quite a lot, right? What do? You get rid of them?
Big difference.
You give them
between
away
Mbappe and
to
Neymar.
Atletico Madrid. What do you do?
Well, Mbappe might go for free. You might go for free at the end of the season.
If you were the manager at PSG and they turn up a bit late, but not for the game, just turn up a bit late, pass their thing a few times because that's part of their nature. What do? You drop them?
If you've got trust in the rest of the team,
do you drop
then
them? Do you drop them?
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't.
But I think
I
that's one of the reasons that PSG are not as successful in the Champions League, because they don't look to me as if they've got a full togetherness in their squad.
Maybe, but I don't think that's down to whether Neymar turns up bang on time or not. I mean, literally, it comes down to, I used to do this with my own staff, right? If you've got a bad timekeeper, but they're brilliant, you basically set a different time for them. One guy in particular, he was fantastic. One of the most creative executives I had. He was late for everything. He was late for every social event, every work event. So in the end, we just gave him a different time. I would have said to Aubameyang, training starts an hour earlier than it does. Job done. Match day, get here an hour earlier. And then if you give him an hour.
So you're changing
but then he turns up at 10 o'clock and no one's there.
Everybody's training routine for one man.
Training's still the same time. You just tell him it's an hour earlier. That's what you do. That is called management.
I wish it was an hour
That's why
earlier.
I should be the manager of Arsenal, because I'd have kept Aubameyang. Now we wouldn't even be thinking about top 4. We'd be challenging for the title.
We've run out of time. Piers, it was wonderful having you on.
Well, that was uncensored. I do what it says on the tin.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods. Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.